Hey, welcome to our Chase the Checkered flag by Chris Johnson. Got a handful of guests here with me behind. I got Austin Walton. I'd like to thank all of our fine sponsors, of course, Rocky Mountain ATV/MC, Dirt Bike Magazine, Dirt Wheels Magazine, KTM Husqvarna, FMF, Elka Suspension, Tire Blocks, Precision Concepts, MSR, Hoosier Tires. Oh gosh, we got a whole list of good ones here. Moto Effects for our website presence, Wiseco Performance Products, UTV Action Magazine, Dynajet, VP Racing Fuel, Havoc Eyewear, Scott Motorsports Eyewear, Polaris Razor, BF Goodrich, Firehawk Protection, and River Rat Motorsports, Moto Race Tire, Motocross Action Magazine, Dirt Rider Design, and Method Race Wheels, just to name a few of our fine sponsors for our 2022 Rocky Mountain ATV/MC WORCS Series. With that, of course, my name's Chris Johnson, and my privilege to be at the end of this microphone and the camera for all of you viewing us. And I have with me right now Austin Walton. Austin Walton from the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna team. Good afternoon, Austin. How you been, man?
Oh, been good. You know, it's nice to come to a new track, and I mean, obviously they got a pretty sweet facility here, so looking forward to seeing what they have out there on the track. I got a practice coming up here, so I get to go check that thing out, and but everything's good. Happy to be here.
How you doing in the series this year?
Right now we're sitting in third place. You know, obviously we want to keep working our way up from there. You know, we just keep putting in work, and right now this is our last race, and then we get some time off to kind of put some work in. So, you know, feeling good coming this weekend. Got a little bit more recovered coming in, and looking forward to this race weekend to see what we can do.
Now, a couple years ago, you were a Pro 2 champion, and then you jumped on board a 450. The progression was pretty easy at that point in time. Of course, last year you had to take a bunch of time off because you had some issues going on. But you feel really good now, eh?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling good. You know, I got an awesome team behind me. They give me a great bike to go out there and perform. So, you know, there's no excuses on that side. I get to go out there, have fun, and do what I love to do, and just, you know, put the skill on the track.
Now, coming from an off-road background, you did jump on board motocross, but you take those two aptitudes and put it into our Grand Prix style of off-road racing, and it's a perfect fit for you.
Yeah, no, I grew up racing some local Moran races, which are just strictly off-road. So I got a bit of real off-road racing, and then I went and did the moto scene for quite a while. Got a little bit of supercross stuff in there. And to bring all that skill over here, you know, WORCS is, you know, it's got some moto out there, got the off-road, and it just kind of brings it back to the hometown, just like vibes of what I used to grow up doing. So it definitely favors, and it's a series that I like to do.
Always great seeing you. Wish you the best of luck this weekend, and get ready for your practice on top of that. And you want to mention any of your fine sponsors that help you out?
Oh yeah, obviously the Rockstar Energy Factory Racing team, you know, those guys do a huge amount for us to go out there and race and let me do what I do. You know, and just MotorX, Fly Racing, you know, all the sponsors that come together to put the team, you know, FMF, they give us a great pipe out there. Dunlop Tires gives us great traction. You know, they're all just out there to give us the best products.
Awesome, Austin, great seeing you. Hey, we even have some lovely groupies over here behind us, and they're probably also racers as well. We also got Firehawk Protection. Now, you've raced a lot of different series in your lifetime. Now, coming to WORCS Series, of course, WORCS is your prime, but man, we don't cut any corners when it comes to safety, do we?
No, you guys do a great job out here. You know, the tracks are always well put together. They put a lot of time and effort into them. You can tell just riding the tracks, you know, you got plenty of water out there. You can tell they put the effort in from the prepping. Just from coming from other series, you can see when the effort's put in, and you know, that's one reason why I really like this series. And Randy and Dane, they put a great race together, and it's cool to just have the whole package. You know, you got Felton out there doing video stuff, and it just creates a great racing atmosphere for all of us to come here. And
Jaime, how you doing today?
Doing great.
Now, this is 4 of our 5 staff with Firehawk Protection. And we have an ambulance, we have a quad, and we have a side-by-side on top of that. And you guys are all trained in injury trauma when it comes to racing, correct?
Correct, sir. We are trained in emergency situations, sir. Yes.
And so far, and now you place the ambulance here, and you guys are all ready. All radio communications, all 4 of you, 5 of you as well. And you having a good time? So far, it's pretty quiet, right?
Couldn't be happy to be here. Couldn't be happier to be here.
Anyway, and now you're in the ambulance today, right?
Yes, sir.
Along with Alexis,
Correct.
and then Alex and Madison. You're in the side-by-side, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's good. Oh, okay. Alex can't talk. That's cool. Now, cumulative years for all of you guys. How many years do you think you have experience in emergencies?
All 4 of us together?
Yeah,
I have 6 years of experience.
6 years. Madison, 2, 1. First year. So you have about, and then of course with Gilbert on top of that, he's got over 20 years experience. So a lot of good experience. This is for the care and the safety of all of our racers. And with communications, not only myself, but all 4 of these and Gilbert as well, all right on top of it if we do have a situation with our racers, correct?
Absolutely, sir. We are trained in emergency situations, sir.
Anyway, well, glad you guys come. Now, let's open up so see the back of this ambulance. We have a gurney. We have what kind of equipment do we have in here, Jaime?
So this is our emergency unit. This is our ambulance, Medic 2. And if you follow me, I'll show you inside. So watch your step here. Our main device here is our gurney. This is what we use to transport patients from and on the ambulance. And we also have a lot of cool devices in here, if you'd like to know. So this is one of our main devices. This is a cardiac monitor, AED, advanced external device. This will help read any dysrhythmias in the patient's heart. Also, it will shock them and restart their heart if necessary. All right. Another device that we have here is our suction. Any objects that may be inside the patient's oral cavity, we will be able to remove with this device here. So this is another cool device here. This area here will be our splint area. In case of any broken bones, we will help us support the limb with these devices here. Over here, we got our bleeding control area, along with our glucose medication in case of a diabetic emergency. And over here, we have another modular where we can control oxygen therapy in case the patient is in respiratory distress, minor or severe. Thank you. So this is our ambulance on the go. This big thing will carry all of our tools right in this bag in case we need to jump out and provide care to a patient. Yeah.
Now here's a big question. Now one of our riders goes down. What's the best thing that our rider can do when you come to the aid of their attention?
Best thing is if the rider is having any head, neck, back pain, to just stay where they are, no one move them, because that will obviously cause issues later on. And once we get there, which response time is within 30 seconds usually, we'll establish if patient has any pain on their head, neck, or back. If they do, we backboard them and we take care of C-spine. If they don't, we'll move them off of the track and into our side-by-side where we could provide care in a safer spot.
Now, a lot of times, your emergency staff can't be there right away, and there's one of our spectators, family members, or whatever. Just like you say, it's best not to even move them. But what if they're laying face down in the dirt and they're out cold? What is a spectator supposed to do? Not touch them at all?
Best thing would to not touch them, because again, it can mess with their spinal cord, and that'll mess everything up if they have an injury there.
Very well. So that's really important. Again, if a rider by chance does crash and is laying down, get attention so we can get attention from our emergency staff to that rider. Make sure that the track is clear in front so you can maybe motion the riders away from the rider if he's by chance on the track, correct?
Correct. We also have flags. So if you see a yellow flag and you see us making a movement to like push you to one side of the track, stay to that side of the track because there is someone down right there.
Awesome stuff. Really glad you come over to share this with us. This is so important. And if you notice, one of my biggest things that I always talk about is the safety and concern of all of our racers. And with your fine staff that comes on board, along with Gilbert and company, with the proper tools, we can't get any much better than that, what we already have in front of us. And a big, I'm sure, from all of our riders' parents and family members and friends. And it's a big thank you to each and every one of you for being a big part of our WORCS Racing family.
Thank you, guys. We love being here.
Thank you, Madison, and thank you, Jaime. That's right. Get that right. And Alexa and Alex. And here comes Gilbert. Just rode by. By the way, he's taking care of one of our riders on the other end right now. And where are you guys from, real quick?
I'm from Hesperia.
Hesperia as well.
Apple Valley.
Hesperia.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, everybody, and our emergency Firehawk Protection staff. And again, great information. Everybody hopefully can learn from that. And it's also on our podcast as well at worcsracing.com and on our WORCS YouTube. So thank you very much, you guys, and have a great weekend, okay? Come over here. Yeah. Now I got a brother and sister pair of racers over here. Yeah, perfect. Oh,
Don't touch that. Don't worry.
okay. Okay, perfect. Now I have a brother and sister race team. Now they're from St. George, Utah, so it's close. Ezra Phelps, good afternoon. How are you today, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. What class do you ride?
I'm in 250C.
And have you rode WORCS with us before?
No, this is my first time.
Wow, you rode practice. Did you like it?
I actually did, yeah. It was pretty sweet.
Now, you get a chance to ride with your sister?
A little bit, yeah. She's way faster than me.
Well, that's what you do. You try to ride with your sister and maybe learn some cool stuff from her, right?
I would hope so, but
How old are you, Ezra?
I am 17.
You graduate this year?
Next year.
Well, we wish you all the best, and thank you for coming to join us here this weekend, and have fun with it. Anybody you want to personally thank?
Just my parents, and I guess Bubble Bath, Car Wash, and Dog Wash. That's pretty cool. Those are my sponsors.
Very cool. Ezra Phelps. Now coming over here, motocross specialist, going to off-road specialist, and now doing the Grand Prix. Sophia Phelps. Oh, come forward just a little bit forward, sir. There we go. We have Sophia Phelps with us, and you got all sorts of racing action coming in your planning here this summer, huh?
Yeah, we have a lot going on. We just raced NGPC a few weeks ago. Now we're here. Next weekend we have our Loretta Lynn's regional qualifier in Paula, so at Fox Raceway. The week after that, which hopefully we don't have to go to, but it's our backup regional in Delta. And then following that we have Mammoth and some RMX races, and then Loretta's, and then we'll be back at off-road.
Now you're pretty much an RMX local too, aren't you?
Yeah, yep, we do. We try to hit as many RMX races as possible. They're great prep for just about everything, but particularly Loretta's and the big amateur nationals.
Now, another thing that RMX does, they also host a couple of our different rounds. They host Mesquite, and they also host Preston, Idaho. Now, you rode Preston last year. You did really good, if I remember right.
Yeah, Preston is probably my, I hate to say favorite because, man, there's so many good tracks. I mean, Mesquite is awesome. I really like it here as well. But, yeah, Preston through the cornfields and the alfalfa fields is hard to beat. That's a pretty, I mean, it's very different from anything else that we do, so it's pretty cool.
Now, did you hear the ruling, no tear-offs in Preston this year?
I did hear that while I was getting ready for one of my practices. So I guess I'm going to have to pull out some roll-offs for something else. But, yeah, Fox has to be kidded. They sent me plenty of roll-offs, so we'll just throw on some of those and test them out.
You know, another thing that I used to do with muddy conditions was put a nice handy wipe or rag inside your glove, and you could actually rub your goggles if you needed to.
Yeah, or tape it on there or stuff it in your pants. Yeah, I've seen people do that before. I never have. I feel like my problem is if my hands are off the bars for too long, I get a little bit distracted. So I try and keep it to like a quick, the tear-offs are good, it's a quick motion, and I'm back into focus. So, yeah.
How long you been racing now?
Let's see, it's been 13 or 14 years, so it's been a little while.
How many years expert?
Man, I don't even know. I mean, the only class that I've raced that would be considered expert would be the WORCS and so the off-road ones. Mac's ready to go, and as well as some others. It's a bummer Webb's not going to be there. I don't know. I'm just throwing out names at this point. I really have no idea. I'm just excited for a good race.
And I believe we are going to get one, that's for sure. And I wish you all the best of luck in your race. Now, how many races are you going to do this weekend?
I'm doing 2, so just both tomorrow. It'll be 250B and Women's A.
Wish you all the best of luck. Sophia Phelps, thank you so much for coming to talk. Ezra as well. Thank you, everybody that helped you, okay?
All right, of course. Really huge shout out to Rocky Mountain ATVMC. They've been super helpful to me. Fast Company, Fox, Factory Connection have also been very helpful. Pro Circuit, and let's see, Primary Drive and Tusk, Polysport, they've all been very helpful as well. All of the Rocky Mountain brands have been super cool to work with. And yeah, thanks to all those guys, my parents, Paul Barr, and everyone else. Thank you.
All right, Ezra and Sophia Phelps. And with that, we complete our Chase the Checkered flag. And thanks for coming. Oh. Yep. So I got to give an overview here. So we wish you all the best of luck this weekend. Have a great time and be safe, okay? Sophia and Ezra Phelps. Oh, actually, come on over here. Let's get Travis over here. Now, this is a wild man. He's a great guy. He's a proprietor here at Three Peaks Oasis. And Travis, good seeing you, man. You guys put a lot of work into this thing from last year until now. And tell us about what you guys have done.
We actually have trimmed every tree, hand raked the entire property for the benefit of everybody to enjoy. So hope everybody enjoys it. There's lights up, and so it kind of looks like Disneyland, you know. It's awesome to see everybody's faces. It's cool to see everybody enjoying the lake and the property. So we're glad to have you guys here. Thank you.
Glad to be here as well, and they definitely opened up the door for us to be here. Talking about, with Travis over here, we have this now. How large is our pond over here with all these activities?
I'm not sure the amount. I'm going to say 5 million gallons.
Pretty good guess. Now, if somebody wants to go and launch off the big, now we have a handful of riders that could be doing podium, and they said, well, we're not going to jump off the platform. We're going to go off the slide. So you make that available?
Tell them to come see me, Captain Trav. I'll be over there waiting for them.
All right, thanks. Travis here for Three Peaks. Now, we have a bunch of kids that are jumping on the trampoline on the water. We got canoes out here. We have a rope swing. We have this ski launch out there in the middle. One of those will launch a person 20 to 25 feet into the air. Another one will shoot you about 30 feet out. Way cool stuff. And then we also have the jump platform. And then on the backside, we have a zip line, and we have a mini bike course. We're going to be doing our adult pit bike race a little bit later today at 3 o'clock. And gosh, what else? All of our fine race teams. Precision Concepts is here. We have a handful of riders from Kilmartin Three Brothers KTM, Husqvarna Gas. We got Purvine's Yamaha. We have SLR Honda. We have Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, and RPM KTM. Just a whole handful of really, really fast off-roaders here in the western United States. Now, if you haven't noticed, we have been making a big mark in the off-road Grand Prix style racing scene, and seems to be, even with this decline of what's happening with our economy, we are consistent, if not growing even more. So all of you out there in the internet world watching us and sharing, please share with your family and friends, and let's build this thing up even more. Of course, WorcsRacing.com, Works YouTube, and our live streaming as well, and our live results also available. And share all the links. Let everybody know what's going on up here at Three Peaks Oasis here in Cedar City. So a little bit of recap. Big thank you to the Perry family. Of course, Randy, Kelly, Dane, Michaela, and of course Chase, just as important as everybody else. And then of course Danny and Mary and all of our fine work staff, Heather, Ashley, Mary, Jeannie, and Michaela's over there as well. Our starter is going to be Darren Walrath, and our finisher is going to be J.D. Bramlett. And Dallas is also on a water truck. I think his name's Chris on a water truck. And then Steve Thompson, our course designer. A lot of work goes in to what that man does. So much behind the scenes. And then, of course, Steve also is one of our sweep riders, right along with Tyler Cole. So that's about the most of it. Thank you, everybody, for enduring my Chase the Checkered Flag by Chris Johnson. Of course, I am Chris Johnson. And, big thanks also to Moto Effects, Felton, and big thanks